My name is Martin Klaassen and welcome to the interview sessions by the virtual lighting design community. My next guest is Mohammad. Welcome.
Welcome.
You're here from the Smart Building Summit and what I would love to talk to you about is the integration between all things smart and lighting. But before we go there, maybe you can introduce yourself. Where do you come from? What do you do in your daily life?
Okay,
Please
good.
Tell us.
So I'm Mohammad Shalan. Actually, I am VP Digital Transformation for the BMI Project Management Institute in Saudi Arabia. And also I have wearing another hat as working in a master developer in Saudi Arabia as well. So it's really interesting to be in here. And what we are doing, actually, we are trying to develop smart cities. We develop a lot of knowledge sharing as well for the people who are, for example, in Saudi Arabia, we have an initiative to have construction as an industry. And we are collaborating with this. We are seeing how project management will help in this. So there is a lot of activities that we are doing, and now everything is connected. So now we are trying to put all together.
Now you're here also because you have presented at the Smart Building Summit. Can you tell us a little bit about the subject that you presented and what it means, and perhaps make a link with lighting if that's possible?
Of course, yes. Actually, I have multiple hats in the conference. One of them was actually to moderate one panel or to work on one panel. So we discussed a lot of things related to the environment and how it's, the new design and new building management systems are affecting this. As well, I have chaired one day for the conference, and that was a very lovely experience to handle a lot of activities, to talk with a lot of people, and to see a lot of things. And I have one presentation related to the ESG goals and how new technologies is helping to implement the ESG goals in smart cities and smart buildings. And here, actually, this is very important and very crucial. So what is ESG? As well, it's related to environment, social, and governance. And actually, this term is coming too much heavily now today because everyone is looking forward to cater about the new generations, how he care about the environment, how he care about the social, because every company, everything that we do is affecting people. So every time we need to understand what is the effect of what I'm doing, what is the new city, what I'm doing in the company in here is affecting people. There should be a kind of helping people, knowledge sharing, making a lot of friendship. The world is changing. And also the governance. The governance, because people now is looking at people on how ethical they are, how they are putting transparency, how they can collect data, because this is very important. So this was the presentation that I gave. It was about ESG and how technologies today will enable this kind of things. So it is raised a lot of technologies today, for example, data science, we have BIM, we have a lot of technologies, so it's affecting. And one more point, interesting point actually, is that for data, for example, it's connected everywhere. So we are talking also in lighting. Lighting, every sensor actually can be changed as a data source. So every light, can put a sensor behind it, so it will be a data source for us. And this data source will be used ethically, and also to affect the environment. It can generate some information about the environment, how many people are here, what is the temperature, what's the footprint, how to handle this. So everything can be redesigned based on this. So lighting is everywhere, controllers are everywhere, and we can utilize them heavily because everything is being connected today. This is a very important aspect that I think we all are working together. Everyone is working. It's really interesting.
So you're saying, if I listen correctly, that lighting points in a smart city can function as a backbone to have sensors and collect data of what's happening in the city.
Exactly, that's this. And that as a source. So it's very easy because just you put a small sensor and light is everywhere.
Yeah.
Even the smart lighting, even the innovative lighting, everything can be used.
Well, that brings me to my next question. The three main themes of this year's show are innovative design, innovative lighting design specifically, but innovative design in general, the future sustainability, and seamless integration. Can you tell me a little bit about what your thoughts are about these themes and what they mean in the smart building industry, and maybe also make the link again to lighting?
In innovation, actually, we cannot live today without innovation. You see, today everything is a project. We don't have multiple operations. We have a project because technology is changing every day. Meaning that every day you will have a new innovation, you will have a new idea. Then you have to initiate a project for this idea. And to operate this idea for a certain time, but then it will vanish and you have to innovate again. So for smart cities now, for lighting, for designing everything in it, we designed for a certain period. Then we have to innovate again. Technology is very fast, we cannot wait. The old mindset of putting things that will work for 30 years, 40 years is no longer there. And for sustainability, this is another board, because whatever we do, we have to make it sustainable, we have to make it environment friendly.
Yes.
This is very important because it's affecting the new generations, affecting our health, our everything. So really, this is very important thing. And the third point actually of
seamless integration.
Seamless integration, this is actually the theme that I'm always talking about, which is currently, or usually, traditionally, we have three worlds. We have the physical world, we have the logical world, and digital world, and we have then the biological world. Today,
right. Yes.
These three worlds are being merged together. So today we have a physical asset. Out of this physical asset, you are making a digital twin, which is another application or another tool that is measuring what's happening in the reality of this asset, and then it's integrated with biology. So you are face recognition, eye fingerprint, everything is there. So it's a lot. Is currently everything is related also. So these three themes are really very important, and it's really fascinating how we are mixing all these things and putting it, and so everyone will understand why we are here, why we are doing this kind of job. It's really amazing.
In the end, we do design for people.
Exactly, we
right?
design for people.
Not for machine or meters or whatever. It's for people, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people centric. This is the new thing. It's people centric. Everything is people centric. Yes.
Absolutely. Now we're entering a post-pandemic period. We all have been disrupted over the last few years in the way we used to work, deliver. Do you see a big change in the way people live and work and deliver their projects or whatever service they do now that we're entering this new stage?
Actually, yes. There's COVID. What done COVID actually? It was a disruption for every one of us, and in a very short period of time, we have to adapt and we have to find a way to survive and to go and to complete our work. So it was a real exercise. A lot of tools have been invented during this period, but also after COVID, still most of these tools are there because we recognize the value of these tools. Some people was not believing actually about technology too much.
Yeah.
So today they are believing. Before COVID, no one is believing in have collaboration over Teams or over Zoom or something like this. They have to travel. Today everyone is happy with this tool. It's easier. It can be used wisely now.
Yeah.
So now it's the time after COVID. It's the time to do activities wisely. Shall we travel for this, or is it better to make it on? Yeah, right now it's the time for balancing because we have discovered a lot of things, and out of this discovery, this is how we innovate what we are doing in what we are doing. So this is really very important thing. And in smart cities, for example, there's one thing related just to that, which is to make sure when we are designing new cities now, we are talking about sustainable cities. What meaning that even if we need to close certain area of the city, we'll not close the whole area. For this, we are designing the city so they are between, for example, every area, every district will have its own school, its own grocery, its own activities, gym, something. So if we are obliged to close, then we close only certain area, not to close everything. So we put additional standards, new standards. So it's really amazing. Every time we are learning, the learning curve is coming up.
Interesting. Now, to close out, I would like to know what drives Mohammad. What is it? What's your passion, maybe, and what message would you like to bring out? And I will have an additional question also. In how do you think we can bridge the connection between what the smart building industry does and the lighting industry?
Actually, what's driving me is generating value. Usually I like to share knowledge as well to give value to the community. This is very important. For example, this is why I'm volunteering with BMI, to share knowledge and to give a lot of knowledge about project management to people, because we are in project economy and we are driving a lot of activities. So this is very important. So it's value, how we create value out of everything. So this is very important thing. And when we are talking about lighting and smart cities, as I told you, actually, this is like it's now a twin. They are working together, and we can no longer actually separate lighting, smart buildings, smart cities. It's all an ecosystem, that everyone should work together and help each other so that we elevate our knowledge, our capabilities, because it's like everyone will learn something from the others, and it's time now to collaborate. Now it's time of collaboration. No one can do something alone. No company can do a lot of things alone. So we have to have a kind of ecosystem, because everyone will innovate, and then you have orchestrate this kind of the whole ecosystem. So it's really interesting.
I did skip a question, but I think I still want to come back to it, which is the virtual lighting design community, which was born in the pandemic as a way and means to communicate, right? We meet at this kind of fairs face to face, but there's also the need to be able to keep in touch and to keep sharing knowledge. I've explained a little bit to you about how our knowledge platform works, but I think specifically what you mentioned about what you're doing in the building industry, in the smart building industry, and what we are trying to do within the lighting design industry, this collaboration is very important, and I hope that our platform can also help bridge that connection. What are your thoughts about that?
Actually, it's really amazing, because today we met here in the conference.
Yeah.
But of course, we need to have this relationship to sustain.
Yes.
Because you have a lot of knowledge, I have some knowledge, then we have to collaborate.
Yeah.
So that's very good idea of sharing knowledge. How we can share the knowledge with each other, how we can collaborate with each other. And I'll tell you a story actually. Even here in construction and in digital, in smart cities, we are talking about BIM. BIM is a kind of building information management, where we need everyone, the designer, the architect, the light specialist, anyone to collaborate in a tool so that they capture all the knowledge. Instead of I give you an email and you send me a phone call, there's a kind, we can capture everything in one. So knowledge sharing today is really crucial, and what you are doing in VLC is really, really amazing. And you started in the pandemic and you are continuing it to add value to your members, to the community. Really, it's amazing. I think it's a very good idea.
Mohammad, thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.